This is irrefutably the best superhero bromantic love triangle ever. This, not so much. I mean, just look at the guy's face. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is finally here. But how is it? Is it better than WandaVision? Is it worth your continued paid subscription to Disney Plus? Or for some of you, the password you are borrowing from your friend? This is a spoiler review. You have been warned. This is the second MCU streaming television show to debut on Disney Plus just 2 weeks after the amazing finale of WandaVision. The show stars Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, respectively, as Captain America's two best buds, the titular Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Just like WandaVision, the show focuses on two Avengers who were not so focused on in the films, which is why I'm loving these Marvel shows. Just like the comic books they are based on, these stories are best told over several issues, or in this case, episodes. It allows for much deeper and more complex characterization, plot lines, themes, and suspense. But unlike WandaVision, this series so far seems to be more grounded. Instead of magic, reality warping, and synthezoids, here we have more hand-to-hand combat, more action set pieces that feel like a spy espionage film. I personally love the style of WandaVision, and I think Marvel is genius to release a show that has completely different tone and style right after it. It keeps the MCU feeling fresh, and it just further demonstrates how excellently Marvel experiments with different genres. The show takes place just 6 months after the events of Avengers Endgame. The world is still adjusting to life after half of Earth's population has reappeared 5 years after being disintegrated by Thanos' snap, otherwise referred to as the Blip. Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, and Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, are still doing some pretty awesome superhero stuff, but they also have to deal with real world problems, mainly struggling to find their place in the new world. First, let me say how freaking cool the Falcon is in the show. Wow. This character was so overshadowed by the more popular heroes in the films, but here we see cool, creative ways he uses his wings in brawls, close quarter combat, and of course the aerial battles. For the first time, you want to be the Falcon. I absolutely loved the scenes with his sister Sarah Wilson, played by Adepero Aduye. The one scene in particular where they're trying to apply for a loan at the bank is fantastic. I used to work for a big bank, so I know how evil they are. It basically answers the question: what is it like to be on the Avengers payroll? Do they get paid hourly? Are they salary? Do they get benefits? What does an Avenger get paid? Apparently not that much. Sam is also dealing with a responsibility given to him by Old Man Cap at the end of Endgame, to carry the mantle of Captain America. Watching Sam deal with financial troubles, imposter syndrome, and self-doubt really humanizes someone who is considered by the world to be a superhuman. Again, why I love these shows. Bucky is dealing with his demons, his PTSD, from his past as a cold-blooded assassin who has killed many people, and a lot of them innocents. He avoids friendships, romantic relationships. I love the scenes of him in therapy. I love how Marvel is tackling issues like mental health, like they kind of did in WandaVision, and it also makes me really miss The Sopranos. The scene where he goes on his first date in 80 years is really cringe and awkwardly hilarious. It's funny as hell. So meanwhile, an extremist group known as the Flag Smashers are causing chaos. Their goal is to bring the world back to the way it was during the Blip, a world without borders. I really like this concept. It's so relevant in today's political climate. It's also different from the usual boring villain goals to take over the world, blah blah blah. This goal is more noble and somewhat altruistic, and you kind of agree on some level with their beliefs. There is a cool cameo by Don Cheadle as Rhodey, aka War Machine, so I can't wait to see how the show will connect to the overall world, to the other shows and the movies. And then there's these lingering questions. Where the hell is Cap? Did he go back to his alternate timeline? Is he doing some secret missions? Is he on the moon? Also, where is Zemo, and what role does he play in all this? There's also an interesting tease regarding the Flag Smashers, who appear to have superhuman abilities. So Marvel is toying with us, making us question, do these people get their powers from some sort of super soldier serum, or are they mutants? We want that X-Men Easter egg so bad. But let us not repeat our Mephisto yearnings like we did in WandaVision, lest we be disappointed again. Let's keep our expectations in check, people. So the show ends on not what I would call a cliffhanger per se, but on an annoying grin that has launched 1,000 memes. I will do a separate meme video on this episode, so stay tuned. Wyatt Russell, which is the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, plays John Walker, the U.S. agent, who takes up the mantle of Captain America after Sam refuses it. This has launched a hashtag, not my cap, and fans are not having it, mainly because of this face. I'm not sure if the mask just doesn't fit him properly, or if the director intended to make him look hateable or something. If so, it's working. I honestly don't know much about US Agent. I had a few of his comic cards as a kid, but that's about it. So back before YouTube and wikis and even the internet, comic cards were just a quick way to learn about characters. This is the card. Yes, I'm old. I will admit that of all the MCU Disney Plus shows that were announced, this was the one I was least looking forward to. Maybe because I'm just psyched about all the multiverse and galactic madness that awaits us in Marvel Phase 4. Don't get me wrong, I always look forward to anything Marvel, and this show does deliver. As good and as solid this first episode is, it didn't give me that nerdgasmic moment. You know, that scene or reveal in a comic book movie that makes your inner nerd scream and soil their pants. But I'm sure we will get many nerdgasmic moments in episodes to come. I am really looking forward to seeing Baron Zemo, especially in his comet-accurate costume. Overall, I am loving it. I love seeing that Marvel logo at the beginning of every episode, week after week, and I love getting to know these side characters. Next week, I'll review episode 2. Until then, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Do you like the show so far? Is it a welcome change from WandaVision? Do you think I'm just a suck-up Marvel stan? Let me know, and thank you for watching, Patriots.